first thing that I would like to ask is, do you guys have an idea what is poverty? Think about it. Like after you hear so many talks, I'm not sure if you have the change of idea on poverty. What is poverty? Okay. You guys can think about it, but let me. For me, when I was young, I always think that poverty is just thinking about how much money I have in bank, or even how much money I have in bank or property I have. So it's whether rich or poor, that's the answer. Okay. So then I would think that, it's easy if you want to break the poverty, if you want to become rich, it's easy thing. And if you know, Malaysia is classified into 3 household income, which is we have B40, N40, and T20. So then I was thinking about how could we make a change, because when I was young, I don't have to worry about money. My parents provide me to a good school compared to a lot of people. I went to a private school, and then I don't have to worry about my basic needs. Okay, but I do need to help my dad to help his shop. So that's where I feel that, hey, how can we change this situation? Indeed, I'm not falling into the poverty. I'm not in the B40. So how can we make the B40 to the N40? So I thought it's a simple thing, which is education. Education is the only tool to make a B40 to N40. Okay, so then I start to teach in a temple, and then I have all these little cute kids there, and I use a lot of other ways, because initially we thought like, oh, education means just teaching them whatever school syllabus is. At that time I was 13, so what I gone through, I thought that's enough. But as times go, I feel that, hey, education is not just that. Okay, then I will tell you more about it. So this is just part of the part that I start to get to know into more on all these poverty issues and all this. Okay. What if I tell you there is more to poverty? It's not just financial issues, or it's not just about how much I have in my bank. Okay. Poverty actually in Malaysia, we are having 3 in a household income, which is the T20, N40, and B40. And of course, in Malaysia, I'm afraid that, no, I'm happy to see that everyone here, I think you guys are privileged to sit here today, because indeed we have like healthcare, infrastructure, job opportunity, education. Even today we are sitting here because we want to know more about SDGs goal and how we can change justice, housing, and dignity. And all this, we don't have to have much worry about it. But another thing here is that actually when you are getting poorer, the gaps and the gaps are much wider compared to those with a lot of money. Okay, example, I take as example, okay, like our healthcare. In Malaysia, we are one of the best healthcare. Our healthcare is very cheap. Everyone can afford to go to healthcare. But then in between, there's a lot of gaps. Okay, example, now I'm working in Kota Damansara. The nearest hospital for the residents to go to, the nearest hospital will be Hospital Sungai Buloh. Okay, to get their healthcare and all this. However, sometimes they want to go for checkups and all that. Even though they might not need to pay, they are unable to go to the hospital because they don't have a car, they don't have transportation. Or maybe they have a lot of kids to take care, or they have other difficulties that stops them to the resources which is available outside. So indeed, if you're in a T20 and N40, the gaps and the opportunities are the gaps are lesser and the opportunities are higher. So, and then here, that's where people always in the cycle of poverty. Okay, how family in poverty, and then we come to like they have poor and health and living condition. So poverty is not just about how much you have in bank again, but it's about also the quality of life, the level of education, the opportunities we have currently, the danger, the work, the job opportunity, as well as the income. Okay. And some people will feel that people are in the B40 or people are in poverty because they are not hardworking enough. But no, I met a lot of B40 people. They aren't working very hard. They work 2 shifts of jobs, but still, because of their lack of education, they are unable to get better opportunity. Or maybe others reasons they are unable to get better opportunities. So that's where I'm telling you what my project is. So in this organization, Community Transformation Initiative Berhad is a non-profit organization working among the urban poor in Kota Damansara. And our main focus group here is the PPR Kota Damansara. Why? And some people ask me like, is there any poor people in Kota Damansara? Yes, indeed, there is. And the gaps you can see is really wide. Outside one corner is like a rich bungalow house, but another side is PPRs, and all people are struggling. Most of the people are struggling. So here, what we would like to do is we would like to break the cycle of poverty, and we would like to empower the vulnerable communities towards dignity. And how do we do it? Of course, by BOLE, which is building opportunities in livelihood, education, and health. Livelihood gives them life skills so that they can go on later on. Education is an inclusive education, because in Kota Damansara, PPR Kota Damansara, we do also have stateless children. We have single mothers. We have all sorts of other issues as well. And of course, due to this pandemic, a lot of students are dropped out from school, and they aren't able to follow up from the school syllabus as well. So our aim here is to have an inclusive education, as well as health is a holistic health, which is physical as well as mental health. So let me share with you some of the programs that we do in order to achieve this big goal. So under livelihood, we have Prukase. Prukase is a CSR project by Prudential, and we are one of the partners that they give the income protection plan. And for now, due to the COVID as well and everything, we covered 69 of the households out of the 1,152 households in the PPR. And then we ourselves have established this Kelompok Kerja, where we have mothers, either single mothers or mothers from the PPR KD, or even ladies. We recently have a young lady after Form 5 came over and joined this Kelompok Kerja. So this Kelompok Kerja, we have a volunteer trainer that train the mothers to bake cookies. Okay, and then this lady here, she has her skill. She has her skill. She's very good at cooking, but she doesn't have a capital to start her work. So when she come to our program, we train her. She came and baked, she worked, and then she had a bit of capital. As well as after that, Prudential has an entrepreneurship program. We sent her there. She learned a lot of new skills as well. And now she's able to have a stall in near PPR KD, and it was doing really, really good by selling all the Indian dishes there. So, and now she's so much in confidence that she can release, and she also always send her children to our center for education, because she see how important it is. Then even now we have our own brand, cookies brand, that is called Flavors, that is baked by all these mothers, and sometimes they will also go with us to sell the cookies outside at the bazaars and all that. Then under education, we have My Educate. My Educate is a program that we did during COVID time, where a lot of students do not have technologies like computers and all that. Therefore, we we supply them for Chromebooks and loan them 2 years. But later on in these 2 years, we will mark their attendance and make sure that they study good, and then we will connect with their parents so that they are able to catch up with schools. And with this, because we have this technology now with the computer, the Chromebook, we are able to also have a computer class for the children. And most of the children really enjoyed it. And they feel like, hey, this is something new for me because I can't learn it from school. And my parents don't have that money to send me to such school to learn computer class. Then also we do have like maths tuition. Maths tuition was initially like online. It was really tough for some children. Therefore, recently we also move it to fun maths because we want again back to the inclusive education where students can learn through in an environment which is fun, and they have this spark their interest in mathematics or in education again. And recently also we renovate our top plot to Children and Youth Center that allows we to have more programs to allow the children also to come back to have after school programs, and then to have to come here to learn more things like English, computers, as well as others. So here, health. Health is also part of very important thing. And if you know, this first 1,000 days nutrition is actually not something new in the world. It's also a global initiative. But then in PPR Kota Damansara, we took it is because we found out that a lot of mothers, normally, you know, mothers, they will sacrifice themselves and they will eat last. You know, they will put their children first, their family first, and all this. So if your study shows that, you know, there's a lot of stunted growth in children and then underweight children. That's where we thought this program is very good, and is sponsored by Prudence Foundation, is Spring as well. And we partner with Grace Market as well as IMU. So IMU students will come over and they will teach the mothers about nutritious food, okay? And then Grace Market will supply dry groceries for them as well. And this first 1,000 days nutrition is for mothers who are pregnant, or mothers who have children aged 2 years and below. And this year is our third TDN. And the second TDN, we managed to get 6 AJKs. So, meaning the first TDN, we have 50 mothers joining this program. And then we found out some mothers still need some follow-up, you know, because of their children's situation or even their own health situation. That's where we have TDN 2.0. And when TDN 2.0, that's where we found out that, hey, some mothers are capable and they are interested to lead other mothers as well. So that's where we managed to get 6 of them. But in this picture, only 5 because one of them didn't turn up. And they managed to, at the TDN 3.0, actually most of the work are done by them. They help us to send the groceries to the other mothers, you know, and then they also help us to manage the workshops, to set up things and all this. So yeah, and then like help the other mothers to take blood pressure as well as other things. So in this way, we are trying to build their capacity and then also to empower them that, hey, you know, you guys also can do it. So with this building opportunities in livelihood, education, health is not sufficient, because when we step in to break the cycle of poverty, we found out that there's a lot of other social issues within a family or in an individual that an individual facing. So that's where we also do casework with some of the families, as well as advocacy. We advocate for some of the parents or some of the social issues like domestic violence, okay, and also the nutrition part. And then also we do have training. We do take in interns because we feel that, hey, SDG goals or any social issues should be taught to other young people, as well as strategic partnership, because with ourselves, and you see we have a lot of programs, you might think like, hey, how come, like, because of that, we need strategic partnership so that we are able to achieve the big project, which is to break the cycle of poverty. And so we are like a platform that a bridge to connect the urban poor community to the resources and opportunities. But today, what I want to tell you also is, you can also be the resources and the opportunities. I today can stand here is not because I'm capable. Okay, I might be capable, but in the young time, a lot of people built opportunities for me. The first was my parents that built opportunities. That's why I'm here today. So I believe that everyone here today, you have that privilege to be the resources and opportunities. But for us, CTI, we are building opportunities for the PPRKD people, but we also want to connect them to wider opportunities and resources as well. Breaking the cycle of poverty is never easy. My grandparents are a rubber tapper. My parents own a coffee shop, and now I'm studying social work and now giving a talk here. It takes generations to break the cycle of poverty. My grandfather, I think he achieved his first, like, he was stable when he was 50s, 60s. My father was stable when he was 30s, 40, like, economically and all that. But then they realized that education is important, and they sent us to good school. They give us a lot of other opportunities. That's why I'm here today. And in 20s, I don't have to worry about financial issues. I don't have to worry about my health. I don't have to worry a lot of other things. But not everyone 20 can stand like today, be here and talk to you, because there are a lot of gaps outside. Just like recently, we rescued a domestic violence lady. She's just 1 year older than me, 26, and I'm with 4 children. I really, really feel like, what if we are not there for her? How will she come out and be saved? What will her life be if we didn't go and help her at that time? And, and what will happen to her children? See, 26, yet she is a mother of 4, and I'm 25, and I'm giving this talk to you guys. So you can see that, everyone's, fate is different, because everyone's opportunity is different. So as a youth, I think we can make a change out here. And with what I talk to you, with the programs that I tell you, I share with you, what we would like to achieve is that today I can stand here to be very resilient. I can go to anywhere, I can mix with people, I can be very, have self-confidence, because I was given this opportunity. With this program that I mentioned just now, we would like to have to build their capacity, to build their confidence, so that the individual can go back to the micro system, the meso system, the macro system, so that they can, wherever they go, they have the self-confidence, they can advocate for themselves, they can fight for their own rights, they have a better life, and they are treated properly with dignity. So our tagline is always instilling hope, empowering communities. Because today we will hope that tomorrow will be better. If today, I'm not sure. If today I face a difficulty, I will hope that tomorrow will be a better day. But a lot of time, those in the urban poor, they also have this hope that tomorrow I will have a better day. Or maybe some people will feel, hopefully tomorrow I have a meal on my table. So with our organization, we will hope to instill hope and empower the communities. And together, I believe all of us today, We can do it together. We boleh break the cycle of poverty. We can have make the education a better quality education, as well as we can reduce inequalities with the efforts and the stage that we have now. So yes, let's start doing something, and I believe all of us can. Thank you.